Let's learn how to use Audacity. Audacity is an audio recording and editing software package that's free to download from the internet. First, all you have to do is open your Audacity program. When this window comes up, just click OK. Now you are going to want to expand this window to fill the complete size of your window because it just makes it a lot easier to record. Then there's a little bit of setup you'll need to do. You'll have to make sure that you've plugged in your headset and your microphone, or if they're both connected, you're in luck because you're able to have both at the same time before you open the Audacity program. Otherwise, it won't be able to recognize the inputs that you're using. Once Audacity's opened, look for the microphone and then choose the microphone that you're using. I'm using a Logitech headset right now. My microphone is set here, and my speakers, I also want to be able to set that to the Logitech headset also. Once you have those adjusted, you need to be able to adjust the sound level, the recording level that you're going to be using your microphone with or coming through your headset. So for here, you'll see I have it at the maximum input recording level possible. It all depends on your headset on what it's going to be for your recording. So you may want to start all the way to the top. And for your playback volume, you may not want to start quite so high for that because you wouldn't want to end up hurting your hearing through your headset. You have the basic controls up in the top up here, which have become fairly standardized. You have pause, play, stop. You can go back, so you can skip back to the beginning. You can go forward, so you can skip to the end. And you have your record button. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to start right away with record. And you'll be able to see when I click this, I'm now recording, so you're able to see my volume levels, my audio levels bouncing up and down through here. When I'm finished with my recording, I click stop, and then I can always click my playback, and I'm able to listen back to myself. If you don't like the track that you happen to be recording, all you have to do is click on the X that's next to audio track. It'll eliminate that track, and then you're able to start recording again. Now, you'll notice that you do have a meter up on the top that happens to be recording you as you're speaking. You want to keep it as little as possible pegging into the red. So that may just mean you'll have to make a slight adjustment with your volume level, and then you'll be able to go through. And you'll have it be a less volume level up at the top. Now, you can, if you would like, you can drag your tracks around. So you'll see once I'd hit the record button again, it started to record. If I come up to my smart tools that I use right up here, there's one with a double arrow on each side. That's the time shift tool. If I click on that, I can come down to my track, I can grab a hold of it, and I can drag it. So I can pull it like this, so I could put that at the end, which means now when it's playing, when it gets to the end of this track, it will start playing this track. This is really, really helpful when you would like to be able to record different tracks and keep things moving. Also, if you come back to your I-beam, the selection tool, if I click up on the top now, right in here, if I click right there, once I start recording, you'll see that it's picked up my recording from where I had set that I-beam tool. That's another handy little feature that you may be able to want to use. And again, if you want to get rid of a track, just click the X. And now if I need to slide that over, I come back to my time shift tool, I bring it back over, and now I'm able to put this into here. And so I can adjust that level. When it had popped up on top, I had left click, held down on the left click button, and dragged up, and it merged the two together up here. Now, when you get finished with your recording, if you go to File, Save Project As, you can save this as an Audacity file, which means you'd be able to come back and work on this at a later point, as long as you always keep the folder in the same place so it knows where to find that project. And you come down to Export Audio to have a nice standalone recording. Now you'll notice under my Save As Type, you have some choices in here. You'll probably want to stick with the WAV or the MP3 files for the most part. The one problem with the MP3 files is because this is registered, MP3 is registered, what you're not able to do in Audacity is have it automatically end up here. If you're downloading this program at home, you'll want to also install the LAME, L-A-M-E drivers that come along with the Audacity package. And if you just follow the directions with that, you'll be able to get to it and you'll be able to install those, which means you'll be able to download your files as MP3 files. MP3 files are small files. They work wonderfully with any type of an audio recording, and they can save a lot of space when you do downloads. Just choose wherever you would like to save this to, so you can save it to your desktop or into a folder. At school, you'll definitely want to save it into a folder and not onto a desktop because it won't go there and it won't stay there. Give it a name, and when you click save, you'll have saved it down. And it does ask your tracks will be mixed down from these 2 tracks down into 1 track. Yes, you want to do that. You can enter any information in here you would like, and I click OK, and now it just exported this file. Nothing too difficult about that at all. Now you may also want to be able to do some splitting of your files. You may want to be able to take a section out. So let's say right here, you are listening to this, you say, I really don't want to keep this spot. All you have to do is make sure you're on that I-beam tool, and then you left click, drag, let go, and now you'll notice right here, I've selected this area. When I hit my delete key on the keyboard, it removes that section. This is very, very handy for editing. It's phenomenally handy for editing, but you also want to remember, if you have any other tracks in here, notice the gap. You'll have a gap left between those tracks that corresponds with what you just deleted. So that's when I come back up to my time shift tool, and then I can just grab a hold and I can drag that back over again. That's all there is to it. And then I end up saving the file that I've been working on. Now you're more than welcome to experiment with some of the different effects that happen to be in here. If you click on effect, you can see that there are some choices that you can use for that. Some of these could come in handy on a project you may be using in the classroom. You can see on your tracks here, if you want to add a new track, you can come up here, add another stereo track if you would like, or you can have a mono track. Stereo track means you can record 2 different items that would go to your left ear and your right ear. A mono track means everything is recorded just straight down the middle with your recording. There is no left and right. It's just a regular 1 track file. And you can go under File, you can go with New, you can open one if you would like to. This is where you have your save project and your export options. Editing, you can take a look at some of the options that you may have here. Really seriously, what I just showed you through here is what you're probably going to use the majority of the time. It's very quick, it's very easy. You're able to then send those audio files to somebody via your email. You can even attach them as text messages in some plans, and then you can also use those audio files for backgrounds that you may have for any videos that you happen to be creating. So give Audacity a try. It's a very, very useful tool. Again, it's free. You just can do a search for it on the internet, and you will be able to find Audacity and download it. Good luck. I hope that helps, and I look forward to hearing some of the audio tracks that you may be making in the future.